Today, we are going to see if you are looking for partnering with someone in your business, whether you want to partner at the beginning or get a partner later on, then what are certain things that you need to keep in mind? Because partnering with somebody in the business is definitely not a very smooth and a direct approach. It is if you keep these points in mind. The first and foremost important thing is, of course, like you already have heard it a lot of times, is having a shared vision or shared goals or, things that you are looking forward to contribute in the world, things that you want to achieve together. Okay, so basically a shared vision and mission, your alignment towards each other. That is by default in the top. Okay, the next aspect you need to keep in mind is your complementary skills and strengths. Now, a lot of people feel that, okay, this person is good in sales, I'm also good in sales, so it will be really a good thing to work together. Well, if both of you are good in sales, what about the other aspects? Okay, so something like if you are good in terms of taking care of the creative aspects of the business and the other person is good in taking care of the technical aspects of the business, then that is a very complementary skill that is going to help you fill the gap areas. Okay, so remember to partner with somebody who has certain kind of complementary skill sets and complementary experience that is going to be valuable in your business, because ultimately your business outcome, your shared vision and goals is what that is matter for you to achieve at the end point. Okay, and also of course the process is also important, so this is also going to help you in the process as well. The next aspect is, of course, with respect to trust and communication, a very intangible area, right? Because you will see that even so many examples are there around you, right? Even if there is so much of trust, you are trusting this person, you know this person since a long time, but when you get into a business, everything goes for a vain, and then you realize, oh my god, how did I first of all trusted this person? Right? So you need to first have clarity within yourself with respect to trust and communication with the person in front of you. There is something like, you can trust the person 100%, but what the person does is ultimately not in your control. Whether the person actually betrays your trust or actually always there by your side is something which is not in your control. So whatever you do from your side is 100% in your control. And that's why the communication has to be very crystal clear at the beginning. So, which brings me to the point of your roles, responsibilities, and clarity. So, let's say at the beginning, you make it very crystal and clear as to what would be the roles, what would be the responsibilities, and what would be the boundaries. Okay, because see, when you talk about trust, it is very difficult to draw certain lines when things go into crisis mode, and it is very easy for a human nature to go into a blame game and put everything, either blame the other person or you yourself going into a guilt phase. So, with respect to communication, when you have the clarity, when you have the roles and responsibilities completely clarified at the beginning, and of course, it is going to modify and change over the period of time, but at the beginning, there should be certain kind of clarity. Okay, and this also brings me to the point of having legal documents. So, when I say legal documents, you might have done it yourself, okay, or you might have seen other people doing it. That is verbal handshake. Now, what do you mean by verbal handshake or verbal agreements? It's like, oh, we have been together for so many years, we are friends, we are partners, this and that. Very good. But when it comes to business and things go a little topsy-turvy, you will see a lot of people changing colors due to various situations. It might be intentional, it might not be unintentional, but ultimately the consequence is not typically good for you. So what you need to do is, instead of going the verbal way, you need to put certain things down on the paper so that both of you are on the safe side. So this clarity and mutual respect has to be there. This understanding has to be there that in business, we are working as partners. The role Okay, so let's say both of you are siblings or friends or spouses. Okay, but in business, you are, let's say, the CEO and the other person is the CTO, taking care of these roles. So your job as a CEO is something, the decision making and everything you are taking care of as a CEO. The other person who is taking care as a CTO, you will not interfere in his or her area, and the other person is not going to interfere in your area. So that respect, that boundary needs to be there. Now, however, uh, you know, um, debate, quarrels, disagreements you have during the work, you guys need to have that much maturity that outside the business you can still go ahead and have that coffee like friends, spouses, siblings, whatever it is. Because if you do not know how to handle roles, how to switch roles, how to wear the different hats, then it's better not to get into partnership with that kind of person. Okay, because you are going to ruin the relationship personally and professionally as well. So this is very important. Okay, and that clarity needs to be there at the beginning itself, which brings to another aspect of clarity and transparency. Is any kind of things that need to be shared needs to be brought on the table. Because when you know, and this has to be vice versa, when you know that this situation in my life or this decision in my life is going to impact this business or the person with whom I'm partnering, I should bring it up on the table. For example, you are planning to get married and you need certain kind of finances completely for you, okay, for your personal expenses. Now that needs to be brought up in the table, because if you are expecting that whatever money comes from this business I'm going to put it in my this marriage and my friend is going to understand it because this is one time, just that is completely unfair. Similarly, let's say if you are having certain kind of financial debts, you have loans and you have to repay to the bank, etc., and you are not telling your partner about this, and you are thinking that whatever money comes, I'm just going to pay off the loan first. My friend is there, he or she is going to understand, and this is just one time and we can manage later on. Absolutely not. Absolutely unfair to the business and the partner, because you are doing injustice in both ways. Okay, this is not how you do a business, because what is happening is you are in a way betraying the person's trust. Because if you have this kind of mentality that whatever problem it is, oh, I'm too shy to share, or okay, the person knows me, he will or she will understand, then all these things are your assumptions in your mind. So that's your fault, not the person in front of you. So you need to bring all the things on the table before going into a partnership with another person, the things that are going to affect your business directly and indirectly. Okay, so keep that in mind. The next aspect is, of course, risk management. Very, very important. So now let's say you both are working together. There is some sort of crisis there. How are you going to handle it? What are some of the contingency plans? What are some of the things, the elements you are going to bring in, and who is going to take care of what? You need to be absolutely on the same page and flexible during these times. So your level of understanding and maturity also plays a big role when it comes to risk management. So keep that in mind. The next aspect is, of course, again brings to the previous point, of which is work ethic and compatibility. This is something that you will also understand and learn more about it once you start working together. Because sometimes what happens at the beginning, it feels like, yes, we are very much compatible, this and that. The question is, are you compatible in the roles that you guys are playing? Please understand, you are playing certain roles in your business, and as per the business demands, you have to shift your roles. So, are you guys compatible playing those roles and helping the business to grow? Okay, because however you behave, whatever the kind of work ethic and culture you develop, and later on when you are having a team, okay, or you are already having a team, it is going to impact the same thing on the entire team as well. So your business is a reflection of who you are. And when I say who you are, that means the partners who are actually creating this business. All right. And of course, the next aspect is continuous feedback and accountability. Now, sometimes what happens is some people take it to their ego when the other partner is holding them accountable or sharing certain feedback. So remember, at the beginning, when you are making this roles, responsibilities, things, and getting clarity at the beginning, ensure you also add this aspect of feedback and accountability as well. What are certain ways you can hold the other person accountable? What are certain ways you would like to share a feedback? Like, would you like to share the feedback in a play mode? Okay, so that you are sharing the most serious things in a very fun manner. Would you like to meet up once every week, knowing that this is a particular accountability and a review meeting just for accountability purpose, so the both of you expect that, okay, this is an accountability meet. All the things that I hear might not sound very good, but this needs to be done. So there are many ways you can do these things, but ensure you have these things in mind. Okay, you have these things in place so that you can implement it when the time comes. Of course, then there comes the shared reward and risk. So if both of you are handling the risks, the crisis, and taking the burden together, then both of you, I'm just saying both of you, it can be multiple partners as well. Okay, so just for easy explanation, I'm saying two people. So you also need to share the bonuses, the profits, the rewards. Okay, do not forget to appreciate the effort of your partner. Now, when you are doing this partnership, keep in mind that one partner and the other partner might not be on the same page with respect to experiences, skill sets, etc. Let's say one partner is doing most of the to do things to be done, and this partner is feeling like, oh my god, what is that other partner doing, sharing, only, strategizing, giving the vision, this needs to be done, finding the loopholes, I'm doing all the work, why is that person? Maybe what you did not notice is that the other partner is way more experienced and bringing the experience and skill sets that otherwise you lack, which will be an intangible addition to your business. So both the partners might not be on the same weighing scale. Okay, some might be bringing in more of intangible values and another person can be bringing in more tangible values, but that does not mean that one person is doing more of work and less of work. So that also needs to be clarified at the beginning. Sometimes you will see there are certain partners in businesses who just coaches, mentors, and guides them and stops them from doing the mistake to the other partners. What do you think that is? That is something invaluable, because otherwise imagine how much time, effort, and money you would have been wasted, right? So when it comes to the partnership, it need not be 2 equals to 2. It can be just 1 and 7 or something like that. You don't have to pinpoint every weight of it. You need to see if these are the things I'm doing, these are the things the other person is bringing. Is this covering all the gap areas that we want to cover? Is this helping our business? Is this helping our shared vision? Then good to go. But you need to have a mutual understanding and respect about it. Okay. And of course, very important thing is flexibility and adaptability along with your managing of emotions. Now, a huge aspect goes into understanding the people working in your business, including your partners. Okay, because it's after all people, they are not robots. So you have to bring in empathy in your business, not just sympathy. Sympathy is different. You have to bring in empathy, listening skills, and a little bit sensitivity in your decision making, in behavioral aspects in your business. At the same time, you also need to keep in mind that you cannot make decisions based on emotions. Now, this is a lesson which I think is going to help you throughout, whether it's in business or personal life. Never ever make decision when you are extremely happy and when you're extremely sad. Make decisions when you are at a neutral point. Okay, you will see why this is so important. All right, and of course, being flexible, learning to adapt when the business demands, switching your roles, switching, doing the even the mundane tasks if it is needed from you. So let's say you are the CEO of the company, but sometimes let's say you have to come and groom your office at the beginning because there is no one coming in that day. So you should not take this to your ego, because ultimately this is your business. So if you do not work, how will other people work? So when it comes to flexibility and adaptability, you need to understand this is your business. What you set this is what is going to, the other people are going to imbibe as well. So ultimately, you having a partner or partners in your business depends on the level of acceptability. Sorry, not acceptability. It's acceptance, the understanding, your maturity, and understanding the aspect that I might be having certain inhibitions and fears, so also the other person might be having certain inhibitions and fears. And that's why it is so important to have these details completely clarified at the beginning. Another important aspect is the exit strategy. When you have to leave the partnership, ensure you have discussed the terms and conditions beforehand. Unless you do this properly right at the beginning, there might be challenges when you want to leave the partnership for whatever reason it is. So ensure that you guys are on the same page, having the terms and conditions set right at the beginning, so that whenever you want to have this exit strategy, whenever you want to leave, then this exit strategy comes into play. Alright, so these are certain basic things to begin with. And of course, again, depending on your business, your partnership requirement, etc., you need to modify and add things as per your requirement. Alright, so hope this helps. And if you're new to this channel and if you have not yet read my book, which is there on Amazon, which is 7 Steps from Shame to Being Back in the Game, which is written based on my personal experience in life. So go ahead and grab your copy today, share your thoughts, and you can share any other topic that you would like to listen to and put it in the comment section. You can also drop me an email. So see you soon in the next video. Namaskaram.